The sticky mind. Do you notice your thoughts? Are you aware of what you think? Can you easily hear your inner dialogue? Take a moment to stop and listen to yourself think. Notice how the dialogue can morph and change course very easily, especially once you pay attention to it. Notice how some of your thoughts are very practical and solution oriented, such as, I have to pick up my dry cleaning. While some of them are judgmental of yourself, or others are such as, I'm an idiot for forgetting to pay my gas bill. Some of them are pleasant and kind. I look great in this outfit. No? Hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment. Share. Get us into the algorithm. Become a member. It's only $3 a month. The best way to support this channel. One man, unique, unedited, unscripted, raw dog for you, the fans. Welcome back to Chaos Corner. Story time on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel. I believe this is part 6 or part 7 of Be Water, my friend. The life teachings of Bruce Lee, as told by his daughter Shannon. We'll be doing this series all through the Thanksgiving season, into Christmas season, into the new year. One man, unique, unedited, unscripted, raw dog for you, the fans. So that after you leave here, you're better off than when you fucking came in here. So you can hold a conversation and know what you're talking about. And you've learned something at your next party, your next holiday gathering, your next venue event. The water cooler, the bar, the pub, the restaurant, wherever the fuck it is that you hang out. And I apologize for the cussing. Thank you, Austin Nance, down there in Bama, and the OTS Tribal Queen up there upstate. Here in the shadows of Titan Towers. Let's continue. Much love and respect. I can't thank you enough for being here. It's a great distraction, temporary stress reliever, and you'll actually learn things. As I said, listening in on the dialogue of your own mind is the first step toward being aware of and ultimately cultivating what is in your cup. I want everyone to grab whatever cup that you have right now. What is? Is it half empty? Is it half full? Is it all the way full? Is it completely empty? Only you can decide. Bear with me. Still a little under the weather. Have been for, at least 10 days. I went to a great event, a great gathering, a marriage of two lovely, beautiful people from great families, good friends. Over 200 people. Well, another legendary night. And both the wife and I, for whatever reason, since then, we've been under the weather. The whole thing, it is, the winter season, so nobody gets too crazy. And we're taking the Mucinex and the inhaler and the occasional aspirin or whatever it is, ibuprofen, a little bit of the liquid Mucinex, getting our rest, eating right. Thank you guys for checking in, but it's been weird. You're around a bunch of people. I'm not saying that's the cause. But since then, and I've missed some events and some training sessions, and we got a big show coming up this week. So the post-nasal drip hopefully will be better, and you don't want to be around a bunch of people if you're not feeling well. It's just, Some people today don't give a dang. Let me adjust the Easy Rider chains here that represent my life. Let me focus and get back onto, I believe this is part 7 of Be Water, my friend. I wondered what it feels like to freeze to death. Listening in on a dialogue of your own mind, as I just said, is the first step toward being aware of, and ultimately, this is what I said when I picked up the cup, what's in your cup. As you practice listening to your thoughts, see if you can even start to notice where your mind gets stuck. What thoughts do you return to again and again? What ideas begin to sound like a broken record? Nobody likes a broken record. Do you tell yourself you're stupid over and over? I'm asking the questions. Only you can answer it. Look at yourself right now. You don't have to look at me. Close your eyes. Look at yourself. Do you consistently look at what other people are wearing and how they look and compare yourself to them? Do you see people creating great works of art and long to create art of your own? Do you wish you were doing something else or were at some different point in your life? But you don't know what or when? These are unbelievable questions that we should all be asking. Hello? I'll continue to say it. McFly, is anybody home? And this is without judgment. I'm in the same boat as you. There have been periods in my life where I've been stuck on all sorts of comparisons and negativity. If someone I know was in love and having a beautiful relationship while I was single, my thoughts could run the gambit from envy to self-pity to hopelessness around ever being loved. Rather than just being happy for my friend, remaining open to finding love and feeling good, my mind would get stuck on why I was not in a relationship. As if I could think my way into a relationship, if only. I could figure it out, whatever it is. My father called this the grasping game and the grasping mind, or the sticky mind. In martial arts, it refers to a moment in an encounter where you get stuck trying to enforce some strategy you may have that's separate from what is actually happening in the present moment. That's what it's about, the moment. You become too clever and jammed up with your training or your game plan or your emotions, and you stop responding to the moment as it actually unfolds. We do it all the time. In other words, you get in your own way. Sound familiar? I was watching a UFC fight once, and while they were doing the short pre-fight intro pieces for each fighter before the match, one of the fighters started talking about his fight plan and how he was going to do this, and first do this, and then do that, and then win by doing this. He was being very specific about it. And I thought to myself, I said, self, that guy's going to lose. He's going to lose. And he did. He lost because he got too caught up in what he wanted the fight to be rather than what the fight actually was. And when the fight started to deviate from his plan, he didn't have enough flow, presence, maturity, and ability to respond appropriately in the moment and change the course to alter the outcome. His mind was stuck in what he'd predetermined and hoped or assumed would happen. And he was unable to see, perceive, and respond to what was actually happening. He wasn't present. His cup was too full. Have a mind that has no dwelling place but continues to flow ceaselessly. and ignores our limitations and our distinctions. Do not strive to localize the mind anywhere, but let it fill up the whole body. Let it flow freely throughout the totality of your being. Do not let the mind be grasping or sticky. Don't look at what is from the position of thinking what should be. It's not to be without emotion or feeling, but to be one in whom feeling is not sticky or blocked. Are you with me? If you're not, it's okay. Go back and re-listen to it. Send me an email. Leave a comment. I don't know everything. As a matter of fact, I don't know anything. I'm just giving you my wisdom. I won't even say that on what I present and what I believe to be what is. And what I'm in agreement with into something that could really help, or otherwise I wouldn't be presenting it on this channel. It certainly isn't for money, that's for sure. It's to give back. And if I could help out one person, more importantly, if I could help out myself, that's what it's all about. I'm still learning. I may be in the fourth quarter, but I'm still learning. That bears repeating what I just said. So I'm going to repeat it. Have a mind that has no dwelling place, but continues to flow ceaselessly and ignores our limitations and our distinctions. Do not strive to localize the mind anywhere, but let it fill up the whole body. Let it flow freely throughout the totality of your being. Do not let the mind be grasping or sticky. Think of sticky buns. Do not look at what is. What is? From the position of thinking what should be. It's not to be without emotion or feeling, but to be one in whom is not sticky or blocked. Bears worth repeating. It's not to be without emotion or feeling, but to be one in whom feeling is not sticky or blocked. It's 3 times now. It's not to deny or bury or go around your feelings or your thoughts, but it's about those feelings. It's to feel them, acknowledge them, and work with them. To understand what they're trying to tell you about the situation. To let them show you where there is more work to be done without letting them overwhelm, unbalance, or trap you. They have information for you, just like I do. Take the information, say thank you, and keep going. Ain't no half-stepping. See you down the road, brother. This may not be for everybody, but I hope you get something out of it. It may come as no surprise that my father meditated. This is Shannon talking about her dad, Bruce Lee. Starting as a teenager and continuing throughout the rest of his life in one form or another. Meditation is a great tool for creating the calm space in the mind that is needed to gain perspective and empty your cup. Whether you do it through praying, spirituality, Christianity, meditation, physicality, just do it. I know many people who meditate regularly, and I know many people who just take to it. It's not for everybody, just like DDP yoga. The truth is, everyone meditates in some form. You just may not realize it, that you already know how. Pretty simple. The truth is, everyone meditates. My father did occasionally sit, legs crossed, eyes closed, palms up, resting comfortably in his lap to meditate. Come on, that's not what you have to do. Use your mind. But he engaged in other types of meditation as well. But before we get into that, let's talk about why meditation might be useful. I'm not saying that I'm not against it. You don't need to go see a psychologist, a psychiatrist, somebody else, a counselor, a therapist to tell you how. I know they give you an outside perspective, and some people believe in it, and it is useful for a certain part of the population. Listen, I'm not against it. But you have what it takes. You don't need somebody else to tell you. You just need a refresher course of what you already know. For our purposes in this moment, meditation should be understood as a method of loosening the mind and letting it float a bit. It's a practice of creating space, freeing yourself from all the motives, and helping you to make contact with your relaxed and serene nature. Hence, that's why I present the music and always argue with the mechanical lady about what I'm trying to do here. It's all about the atmosphere, the aura, the presentation. And I give it to you as honest as possible. Whether I'm doing something on pro wrestling, family, spirituality, life, a comedy or entertainment, or this, which I don't consider to be entertainment. It's my way of giving back on this channel. If you don't give back, you ain't shit. I enjoy giving back. I want someone to see this 5 years from now, 10 years, 20 years, if it's still here. You guys get it, right? I know that you get it. Austin, I know you get it. Jen, I know you get it. Other guys on here, you know who I'm talking about. You get it. Let me get back. Let me focus my attention here. You can think of it as feeling you have when you daydream. You're awake, but your mind is untethered and moving easily from image to idea to thought and thought states of nothingness without getting hung up on any one thing. The American dream. Like it's floating in a gentle and deep pool of water with inflatable water wings on it. That sounds relaxing. I hope you're relaxing. And taking notes and listening up. No thoughts, as we traditionally think of them, are getting any active play. That's tough to do. I'll admit it to you, it's tough to do. You aren't thinking about your day. You're not thinking about your to-do list, the argument you had with your husband or wife or a friend, or where you have to be after you're done meditating, whether you got to go to work. You're not in evidence collecting mode. That's what we call it, evidence collecting mode. You simply give yourself the space to let go of thinking at all. Don't get me wrong, evidence collecting mode is part of these studies. There's a time and place for everything. That's what I'm trying to convey to you here. I'm trying to get it all working together. I'm still learning. Of course, and especially in the beginning, nagging thoughts do grab our attention when trying to meditate. One of the mind's main functions is analysis, and so it's normal and natural for the mind to shift quickly back to problem solving and planning. When that happens, don't beat yourself up. Don't get frustrated. It's part of the process, and in fact, the mere act of noticing that this has occurred is a huge step in the right direction. It means you're becoming aware. So just notice when this happens, pat yourself on the back. And then pump up your water wings and bring your focus back to neutral. There are many techniques for establishing this space of calm. Some people follow the breath in and out, and I do it right now, but I'd have to get my inhaler. Told you I'm under the weather. Thanks for checking in. Directing the mind back to the breath where it starts to wander or judge the experience, which is invariably it will invariably do that. Some people use mantras or visualizations. My father liked to meditate a little differently for the most part. Again, there's no right or wrong way. He sometimes would also walk around our backyard while simultaneously meditating. It's not about how you do it. And I just said that. Whether your eyes are open or closed, whether you're sitting or moving, it's about the space of mental calm. We wouldn't have some of the issues that we have in today's world. And you know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's another story for another time. The mental status of this world and this country and certain demographics. It's about the untethering and making room for new perceptions, and figuring out how what works for you is another step towards understanding, excuse me, understanding yourself and how your cup best empties. I want us to consider this type of meditation. This is coming from Bruce Lee, as a potential tool in our tool belt for practicing the art of being like water. My father was very certain that meditation should not be about striving to be still and calm. Striving is the antithesis of being empty. When he was a young man, my father wrote about the cognitive dissonance we often experience in meditation. I hope your notebooks are out. This is part 7. Thanks for being here. Okay, let's go back to where we were. We talked about mental calm. I want us to consider this type of meditation as a potential tool in our tool belt for practicing the art of being like water. I know I just repeated that. We're talking about cognitive dissonance when we often experience in meditation. I must relax, but then I had just thought something that contradicted my will at the precise moment. I thought, I must relax. The demand for effort in must was already inconsistent with the effortlessness in relax. I must meditate. I must free my mind. I must think about my cup. You see how you're starting already? You won't get this kind of information anywhere else. In meditation, we should allow surrender, loosen, let go, just make space and embody space. And it's a very hard thing to do. I'm still doing it today. We're all in this. The practices of mindfulness and meditation are similar in that they bring you back to the now. And they are both excellent techniques for learning to empty our cup. If you practice them daily, even just for, 5 minutes, or while you're engaged in any activity that doesn't require you to think, it could be jogging, coloring, walking, being at the gym, washing dishes, for crying out loud. I can think of 1,000 examples. You will start to develop a sense of what we call energized relaxation. And there will suddenly be more room in your cup for all sorts of new possibilities. Just like my father on the boat when he was a teenager. You're giving yourself the space to ponder and feel and to be. I'm not trying to be your Zen master. I'm trying to relay of what we need in life, along with the good book. You guys get it here. I hope you're enjoying this series. I know Austin said he's enjoying the heck out of this. I appreciate the feedback. One quick practice I'd like to do is just to take the first phase of my father's be water quote and use it as a guided visualization toward quieting my mind and making space. I picture my mind like a sacred bowl filled with all my feelings and thoughts from the day. A sacred bowl, your mind. And as I say or think the words, empty your mind, be formless, shaped like water, shapeless, like water. I picture all those thoughts emptying out and washing down through my body like a gentle waterfall. I'm getting goosebumps. I feel the water running down my back like in the shower. Picture all those thoughts emptying out and washing down through my body like a gentle waterfall. And I've been under Niagara Falls 40 years ago. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I let the worries, the to-do lists, and the stress just filter down through my being and drain into the earth. Then I sit quietly as the bowl of my mind refills with clean, clear, still water, or white light, or whatever feels good to you. Whatever term and analogy you want to use, however you choose to do it. You. And you. Especially you. You can also view your empty bowl as an invitation for it to fill whatever you need to see or feel in that moment. The important thing is not to force a vision or a feeling. Just allow. And if nothing comes, then fill your bowl with clear water or light and wash it down your body once again. Feel yourself being nourished. Feel yourself as lighter. Breathe and relax just to take these minutes to empty out. This practice makes me think of this quote from Bruce Lee. This is important in everyday life for every one of us, whether it's through a prayer, meditation, exercise, all together. You understand what's going on here, right? I mean, I hope you do. I hope I'm connecting with you on this. It means a lot to me. I mean that. This isn't entertainment. Who is there that can make muddy waters clear? But if allowed to remain still, it will become clear of itself. Who is there that can secure a state of absolute repose? But keep calm and let them go on. To let time go on. And the state of repose will gradually arrest. Emptiness is a process. We in the West think of nothingness as a void, a non-existence. It's the West. In Eastern philosophy and modern physical science, nothingness, no thingness, is a form of process, ever moving. Remember that this foray into emptiness is a process. I've been saying that throughout these teachings. It's not easy. It's not for everyone. You could change the channel if you want. I hope you don't. There's no way to achieve the end because a process is ongoing. Remember that. There is no end to this. As long as we're here. Once you start noticing your own inner dialogue and practice emptying, your mind of judgment, the process becomes part of you. There will be times when we'll forget about this practice altogether and fall back into old habits. Hello? McFly? Is anyone home? I'll say it again. Bueller? Bueller? done. So we'll forget about it. We'll go back to our old habits. And when that happens, simply start again. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice. If first you don't succeed, try again. No need to admonish oneself for doing something wrong. Our whole mission is to let go of that binary way of thinking that makes everything wrong or right. It's very tough to do. We can't see what we've done, or not done. We can see how we feel about it. It doesn't have to be wrong. It just is. It just is, to quote Bruce Lee. I said Bruce Lee. Yeah. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Ha! A little levity. I threw in a little levity. To live with what is to be peaceful. There is what is when there is no comparison at all. Require not just a moment of perception, but a continuous awareness, a continuous state of inquiry in which there is no conclusion. Just watch choicelessly, and in watching lies the wonder. There is an awareness without any demand, an awareness in which there is no anxiety. And in that state of mind, in this perception, and it is perception that resolves all other problems. Can perception solve all of our problems? Bruce Lee asks this question. I ask this question. You should ask it as well. In a lot of ways, yes. Perception may not be able to instantly materialize the money we need for rent tomorrow, but it may allow us to think of our situation differently and see possibilities where before we saw none. And that also comes down to praying. I'm throwing that in there because that's what I believe along with a lot of this. Always learning. But we know what the one constant is. If I could relay that to you out here. I want to lay this heavy trip on you. You're here to learn. You are here to be entertained to an extent, but you're here to learn. It may even help us to meet our challenges with a little more acceptance, calm, and poise than we could have before. And in that shift, there's huge potential for everything from tolerance to peace of mind to actual solutions showing up. In most situations, if we can figure out how to see something in a new light with novel understanding, if we can learn something we didn't know about ourselves or about the situation, if we could drop our judgments, our expectations, and our rationalizations, even if we can learn to flow with not to resist our current circumstances, our cup can continually be filled. The cup can be filled with new possibilities, new answers, and new ideas. Because there will always be more room. There will always be more room. And then we can begin to truly transform our lives. Be the eternal student. Thanks for being here for part 7. Be water, my friend. The teachings of Bruce Lee. Everything that applies to life. And of course, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I'll say that to say this because I tell it like it is. Come on back. We have a lot more to go. Don't you dare miss it.